It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the electric Jaden Daniels. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. It's the Commanders and the Giants. All that and more coming up next.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday. So it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for their lives. They need to win Week 18 or else their season's going to end. And then on the complete opposite side, you got guys making plans for the offseason, figuring out where they're going on vacation. Week 18 is a tricky thing around the league. A lot of division games, a lot of interesting matchups. And we're just wrapping up stage one of what is an unbelievable NFL season.
The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his third year in the league.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he...
Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. The Commanders come up with it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
And he is on the chalk, stepping out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 3 on the play. On second down, it's Daniels. And he's in! Touchdown, Washington. A try here for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Receiver in motion, going right. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range. The Giants sending out their punter, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. His drive will start on the ground, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be out of bounds. They mark him up near the 35-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
And a short pickup there to about the 36. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Quick throw here is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open.
Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by DeMarco Helms. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. Here's the punter now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he has been effective with the ball in his hands all season long. The NFL's leader among quarterbacks in touchdown score. He finds De'Ami Brown. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, They were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. It is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Commanders will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The Giants offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. They'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. Oh, a 19-yard pickup there. 1st down, Giants. He'll drop to throw. He's got that complete to Knox. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
He's got room to roam. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. On in. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Giants are on the board. It's 10-7. So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They'll begin here on the ground. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Slot receiver headed right. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. That's downfield. He's got Sinnott, the tight end. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Commanders. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt a pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. Throwing now on 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This is taken at the 25. And some nifty running on the return. Some good yardage before he was taken down. The Commanders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Jabril Peppers up from his safety spot to bring him down. Now a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. He'll get this one complete to Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. Slot man in motion right. And a nice defensive play there. Good awareness coming through to make the play in the backfield for a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Play action. Here's Daniels. Open man downfield. It's Kelce. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Throwing on 2nd down. Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down. On play action, Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
He'll get this complete to Allen. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Throwing now from the gun. They track him down, and the ball is out. The Commanders come up with it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Inside the 10, it is caught. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Washington. Extra point try, 4th cup. He gets it to go. And the Commanders add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. Might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Woo! Oh, how about the coverage there? Met and dropped before. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That is caught. It's Robinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 17-9. And the Giants are 7.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. Yeah! And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line.
First down, Giants.
On the give, this is Allen. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now this time they'll look to throw. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, Giants. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Giants are able to edge a bit closer. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. The return starts from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
3rd and long. They'll go play action here with Daniels. Got a man. It's Kelsey. Complete. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long, sustained drives and then being able to strike in bunches. It puts so much pressure on these defenses, and with the way today's game has gone, doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
That is catch number 60 for the season. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. That is intercepted. He's to midfield. To the 20. And He's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, New York. You talk about the opportune time. The defense helps close the gap. A huge play to make this one a closer game.
Yeah, and anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, you're looking for that spark. And boy, did the defense provide it. Not only creating the turnover, they take it back for 6, and they get themselves right back into this game.
This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Open man downfield is Brown. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one good for 26 yards. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one. Here's 2nd and 2. Now, faking the give. Downfield is caught by Brown. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 37 yards. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. Not much there, maybe a yard. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he will drive his way into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Commanders. He'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Receiver in motion, headed left. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Commanders come up with it.
You have to appreciate the effort of the ball carrier. I mean, how many tackles did it seem like he broke on that run? But so often we see it, Mike, time and time again. The more these guys fight for extra yards, they're fighting and clawing for every inch. That ball just gets a little lower and a little looser, and the way these guys are taught now on defense, if you don't have great ball security, they are going to attack it, and in this case, they're able to pop it loose and come up with a big takeaway.
He'll tuck it and take off. And Daniels will slide to a stop. Wise move as a young quarterback. That's how you stay around and become a vet. He picked up the 1st down. We'll try the right side this time. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. They'll look to pick up the pace. 3rd and short, and it's Daniels. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Commanders will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, here's Tracy. And going to be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. 3rd down and 9. Back to throw. This will be intercepted by Marshawn Lattimore. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man at the 6, and he will score. De'Ami Brown, touchdown Washington. The extra point is up and through. And the Commanders will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us. We'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason end of the night. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, New York. They'll look to throw. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. He'll start at the 4. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Play action. Here's Daniels. That's caught downfield. It's Kelsey. And he will go all the way. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, Commanders. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over possession of the football. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Motion man set right. Throw right side taken in by Neighbors. And he's got another one. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. Touchdown number 17 for him on the year. And his 3rd of this game. Pinheiro on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Giants are able to cut into the deficit. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. This taken at the 5. And they'll get this up past the 20. And that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now a give up the middle. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he will have the Commanders' 1st down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. On play action, Daniels. Now a ball deep, middle of the field.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll get this one complete to Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Up the middle they go. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a toss, right side. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's the gain of 7. It's his 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Here's Daniels. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And that's going to do it. It'll put him over 200 receiving yards in the game. What a performance. That grab also comes with a 1st down. Now Daniels. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We'll see if they can put this one out of reach.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run the sneak, and he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. The extra point is good, and the Commanders tack on one more to their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. They'll get this complete. It's Polk over the middle. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now they'll set up to throw. That's brought in by the tight end, Knox.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely, and results in a completion.
Quick slant looked in by Neighbors. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll look to throw yet again. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. It'll bring up 4th down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will have a Giants 1st down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Back to the air one more time. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Giants are able to edge a bit closer. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. He's to midfield.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
They'll drop to throw. No chance at all. He'll go down. Even with the lead, they're trying to press the tempo. Now a handoff running right. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. So it's a win here